I was doing Cage Side Press, and I'm here with Danny Sabatello, who returns to action at Bellator 278. Danny, how are you?
Doing great, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I appreciate your sunglasses. Fantastic.
Yeah, I mean that's just my style, dude. I'm always having shades on. The only time I don't wear sunglasses is actually when I'm outside because I don't want tan lines. But that's just how I roll.
I feel you, bro. I feel you, man. Yeah, you're less than a month out. How you feeling?
Yeah, I feel great. Each fight going from here on, I'm just gonna feel better and better just because I'm somewhat newer to the sport. I wrestled my whole life, made the transition into MMA, and now I'm like 3 years in. So, I mean, as we go along, as I gain more cage time and everything, I'm just gonna feel better and better. And so, with this fight coming up, I just feel the best I've ever felt.
That's awesome to hear. Before we get to your fight, I wanted to ask you a very important question. Who gave you who gave you your nickname?
Yeah, so it's actually funny. We don't know exactly who gave it to me. I grew up loving the Rocky movies, Rocky Balboa, and his nickname was the Italian Stallion. So that was kind of my nickname a little bit growing up, was the Italian Stallion. And it got to a point where I was at Purdue. That's where I wrestled in college. That my career was almost up and I was going to transition into MMA and I needed a nickname. So, everyone was saying like, how about the Italian Stallion? That's what we call you anyways sometimes. And I didn't want to just mimic somebody and copy somebody else's nickname. That's Rocky's nickname. Plus, I beat the shit out of Rocky now. So somebody said, how about the Italian gangster? And I love it. But of course, all my teammates claim that they were the one to think of it. So we don't know exactly who said it, but one of my teammates did. And I absolutely love it.
I mean, it's epic. It's one of the best nicknames in the sport. So yeah, man, and you carry it well. It's coming up on about a year since your Bellator debut, man. You dominated Brett Johns. How did you feel about that performance?
Yeah, I feel it was really good. I think it was actually finally the moment that Danny Sabatello comes out and shows how good I am. Especially, it was good against a caliber guy like Brett Johns, who, was ranked top 10 in the UFC. His only losses are to Aljamain Sterling and Pedro Munoz. It was good to get that opportunity against somebody so good where, people were writing me off. They were saying no way I would win. I was just accepting the fight on 5 days notice. So everything just kind of went according to plan. Of course, I wish I would have got the finish, but on 5 days notice against a guy like that, it's tough. And I read some of the stuff online. Some of these fucking idiots are saying, oh, he didn't finish him. He's a boring fighter or whatever. But you know what? If the expectation for me is that high to finish a guy like Brett Johns on 5 days notice, that I'll take it. The expectations, I guess, are pretty high. A lot of people call me a dark horse and say I'm under the radar, but maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm a heavy favorite and stuff because people keep thinking that I should have finished Brett Johns on 5 days notice. So yeah, the expectations were high. And yeah, I think I went out there and I just straight dominated him. I left no doubt that I was the better fighter. I won every round. I was on top almost the entire round, every round. And I just showed that, there was no way that guy was going to beat me. Sometimes in these fights, some people slip up and they get submitted real quick or they get knocked out in something catchy. The way I kind of fought that fight was I just straight dominated him from bell to bell. And if that's a dude that only has losses to Aljamain Sterling and Pedro Munoz, I guess it just shows how good I am.
Yeah, so there's a couple things there. Firstly, 5 days notice. Was there any voice in the back of your head saying like, dude, you're fighting Brett Johns on 5 days notice? Maybe let's not take that fight.
No, I was absolutely fucking thrilled. When my manager called me and he told me that, I was so pumped. We were planning for somewhat of a short notice. We didn't know what promotion it was going to be in or maybe even Titan again. But I always train hard every day, twice a day at American Top Team, the best gym in the world. So, I'm always ready. When that call came in, I thought it was actually good that it was on 5 days notice just because it could show, I'm already better than him. If I do this shit and I beat him on 5 days notice, people are going to think I'm very good and they're going to know it. The only thing was the weight cut. I was very happy about it, happy about getting that opportunity to fight him. But immediately once the emotions started settling down, I was like, oh, fuck, I got to go cut a bunch of weight, So that part sucked, but it is what it is. That's fighting. That's what I signed up for. I signed up to cut weight. And it was a tough weight cut, but it was all worth it.
And then there's this narrative of you being a boring fighter. And what's kind of dumb is you're looking past your last 3 fights, you had 7 finishes. You finished everybody. So, I mean, what's up with that?
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't think people actually look at my results before Brett Johns, which is fine because half the people that are fans in MMA are dumb as fuck. They don't know what they're talking about. But yeah, I am a finisher. Most of my fights, I finish these guys. And once again, if the expectation for me is to finish a guy named Brett Johns, who was sick in the UFC, and finish him on 5 days' notice, you know what? Okay, I'll take it. Maybe if I had 6 days to prepare for the fight, maybe I would have got the finish. But you know what? I'm satisfied. I'm very happy with the way I performed. I'm not going to let some fucking dumbass fans get me down about that fight. I thought it was great. And anytime you can get a win in this sport, it's huge, no matter who it's against. The margin for error in fighting is just so slim. This isn't basketball where you miss a bad pass and, oh, it's a slam dunk, 2 points, or in football, you miss a block and they just gain an extra yard. Man, if you have your hands down or misplaced and out of position for a split second, your lights can go out and that's the end of the fight. Maybe you're suspended from the commission for 6 months for a bad knockout. It's just, this sport is crazy. So anytime you can get a win, you can take it. But you know what? I am a finisher. And this next fight against Jornal Lugo, I will finish him. Now I got a full training camp. These guys are all going to get finished.
So I know you had a canceled fight against Johnny Campbell in August. That was after your John's fight. Was there any other reason why you couldn't get a fight? Was it injuries? Was it just you wanted to get better? Like, what was the layoff about?
No, yeah, that was brutal. Especially, I was already in Connecticut. It was, I think, 2 days before the fight, and I tested positive for Corona. So they had to, of course, axe that fight. And then it was just been tough getting fights. I've been asking for one, and I've been staying healthy. I finally was going to get one against a guy named Richie Palencia, but then he, of course, backed out like a bitch. So it's just been tough getting people to fight me. But you know what? The past is the past. It's almost been a year. It sucks. But in that time, I've just gotten better. So you know what? Maybe it was a blessing in disguise. Maybe I wouldn't have been in this tournament if I would have fought beforehand because I would have gotten an injury. You never know how things would have played out. And I'm just happy to be in the shoes that I am right now.
All right. So the Bellator Grand Prix gets announced. How annoyed were you when you saw that you didn't get included? And I only asked because I was on social media bitching about it. So I can't imagine how you felt about it.
Yeah, I was fucking pissed. I was really upset about it. Just mainly because you got guys in the tournament named James Gallagher, who absolutely fucking sucks. I understand the draw with him, that he has a lot of followers because he's a wannabe McGregor and he has those Ireland pussies behind him. But you know what? That's not what this sport is about. This sport is about who's the best fighter, and I am the best fighter. So I really felt like I was going to be getting that spot. And when I didn't, I was just pissed. But you know what? Sometimes that's just the way things go. And the good thing is, I did get in the tournament. So that's all said and done with. There's no reason to even think about any of that, put any negative energy towards that. It all worked itself out. Now that I'm in the tournament, you know what? It's go time. It is what it is. Now I have my opportunity and I'm going to make the most of it.
Yeah, exactly. So there were some injuries that happened. Now you're in it. First of all, you're fighting in Hawaii. How stoked are you on that?
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped. I've never been. That fight I was supposed to fight Richie Palencia with a few months ago. I think it was in St. Louis. So this is just a big upgrade. Who wouldn't want to fight in Hawaii? Yeah, I get there the Monday of fight week, so I'll have a little bit of time to enjoy the sights and scenes of Hawaii. Of course, I'm gonna be cutting weight, so you can't fully take it all in, but what better place to fight than Hawaii? At the end of the day, I'm traveling the world to fight people in a cage for money. I'll take it any day. And this fight specifically going to Hawaii, I couldn't be any more jacked up about it.
Awesome. I'm stoked for you. All right, Jornal Lugo, man, tough prospect. What do you think of the matchup?
Yeah, I think he sucks. I've watched his fights. I watched his last fight against Brian Moore in Ireland. And I saw nothing really. He's a stand-up guy, it seems like, mainly. He likes to point fight, doesn't have too much power behind his hands. Stiff jab, quick jab, southpaw, so a little bit tricky, but nothing that I can't handle, nothing that won't have me breaking him. I see myself absolutely dominating him from the start of the fight till the end of the fight. I don't necessarily want to get in there and finish him in the first round. I kind of want to torture him just because he's been talking a little bit of trash as well. And yeah, I kind of just want to make him suffer. I will get the finish in maybe either the second or third round, but I just want to pummel him a little bit first. I want to see him bleed. I want to see his blood on the canvas. And then we're just going to go from there. I don't think on the feet or on the ground, he poses too much of a threat from me.
Well, I mean, you just kind of just answered all my questions I had about how do you feel the fight going and your predictions. So I guess we'll just kind of go right past that. What do you want the rest of your 2022 to look like? I know that you're in now you're in this tournament. Are you hoping that everyone kind of gets out healthy? Everyone gets out healthy so that you get to maybe fight more than once a year?
Yeah, I'm hoping to go 4-0 this year. I don't exactly know the layout of the tournament, but I'm hoping that it will end before 2022 ends. And just mathematically, that would mean that I win all my fights in this tournament and go 4-0 because I'll have Jornal Lugo, and then the winner gets Higo. Then the winner of that's in the semis, and then obviously the final. So I'm hoping to go 4-0, win this tournament, and yeah, we'll go from there. But I really do hope that this isn't just spread out kind of format tournament because sometimes it goes like that and there's just nothing you can do with injuries and postponements. I'm hoping people aren't pussies and the main thing is going into a fight, nobody's healthy. I fight twice a day, every day at American Top Team against the best guys, and I never pull out of a fight. You're going to have bumps and bruises. You're going to have some injuries. I've never gone into a fight fully healed, and I don't expect anybody else to. So, I just hope nobody going forward pulls out of fights and we can all just get this show on the road. And, this tournament could be banged out before the end of the year, and it really should. So, these guys just got to quit getting a little bruise and then thinking, oh, I'm not 100%. I'm going to duck out and postpone it. Just man the fuck up and just fight, So hopefully this tournament is just in 2022.
Looking in the future, what's the first thing that you buy with that $1 million?
Yeah, I don't really know. I could have a lot of fun with that. A lot of partying would go on with that. But, right now my main focus is just to be the bantamweight champion of the world in Bellator. Of course, the money's nice. I'm not going to act like the money's not nice, but my sights are more on being the baddest, toughest, best fighter in the world. The money will come with it. But yeah, my sights are getting that belt. A lot of people in the world are millionaires. There's only one Bellator Bantamweight champion of the world, and that's really what I'm chasing.
Awesome. And then finally, man, I just wanted your thoughts on a couple of the slappings that have been going on. Firstly, what do you think of Will Smith slapping Chris Rock?
Yeah, dude, that was a little bit odd. I didn't see it live. I wasn't watching that. But I don't know. I know some people think it was staged or whether it was not staged. I just think it was bizarre. But either way, it's definitely entertaining. And I do see both of these guys' careers being talked about more. So, I mean, all props to both of them. I think Chris Rock just had his next show sell out, the quickest it's ever sold out. So, who knows? Maybe it was staged, maybe it wasn't. Either way, I think both guys are going to benefit from it. Yeah, I don't really know too much about that side of things. Some of those actors are pussies, so I don't really follow that too much.
And then with Jorge and Colby, were you around American Top Team when Colby was still there?
Yeah, I just got there. And they were good friends. I know that. I wasn't there when they were just buddy, but I was there when Colby was there.
I guess, and was the gym kind of have that weird energy like everyone has said?
Yeah, a little bit. You could definitely tell that there was friction, but when you're at the best team in the world, stuff like this happens. Each week is just different chaos at this gym. 1 week we'll have Amanda Nunez going to a different gym. Next week, Colby versus Masvidal beef ramps up. The next week, Peter Yan is in town for his. There's just so much going on. But yeah, that specifically, it just sucks how it's played out. In this sport, trash talking is just a part of it, but there is lines that you just really shouldn't cross. And that's something that Colby crossed. And if you know Masvidal, you knew that he wasn't just going to let Colby get away from this. And you know what, honestly, I don't think this is over. I think it's a long way from being over. And these two dudes just absolutely hate each other. So I don't think this is the end of Masvidal versus Colby.
Yeah. So you can talk trash like the rest of them. You're good. Where's the line? Where's the line for you?
Your family and religion. Those are two things that I just don't see an upside from it. I don't think it's even entertaining from a fan's aspect. You know, obviously, if the fans like trash talk and they like, you know, just some beef, but I just don't see the need for getting family or religion involved. It doesn't help anything. It doesn't sell pay-per-views or anything like that. And plus, you know, you don't want to offend helpless people. You know, at the end of the day, I fucking hate Jornal Lugo and I just want to pimp slap him. So it's just him. Nothing against his family. I would never talk about his family or whatever his religion or any of that is. I just hate that guy. I'm not going to attack somebody helpless. So yeah, to me, just leave the family and leave the religion out of it.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it. If you want to plug your social media, man, you want to plug any sponsors you got, you want to thank anybody, the floor is yours.
Yeah, on Instagram, Shock This World, and just a message to the bantamweights: you guys are all fucked.